Hello everyone, it is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily oracle card reading and message for the 22nd of February 2012. So again today we have lots of twos in the date, the 222, which is keep the faith. That, the seeds that you're planting with your manifesting and keeping your thoughts positive are taking root. So just be mindful of that, and if you've been dreaming about, things expanding for you and new opportunities and wonderful things coming your way, then keep that going. Keep it up, all right? For today's reading, I'm going to call on pick a card from the Archangels to see what Archangel's working with us this week. And I'm also going to call on the daily guidance from your angels, and of course, maybe a romance card here, okay? But for right now, let's call upon the Archangels for whoever's working with us, and out pops Haniel with sensitivity. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now, so honor yourself and your feelings. All right. So as we look at this card, I'm noting that she's surrounded by the gentleness of nature, so you may need to, go outside. But, Haniel's energy and her message reminds us of the strength in our vulnerability, okay? And we don't often think of vulnerability as being a strength. Something that usually we associate with weakness, associated with the fear of maybe people taking advantage of us if we show them our vulnerability. But there actually sometimes is a great deal of strength in that. And if you can, stand in that and be with it, it's about kind of, facing down that fear of it. And, once you come to terms with it, it doesn't hold any more power over you. It's safe for you to be sensitive. And that sensitivity may show in, different forms. It may show as a sensitivity to the environments that you're in. It might show up as sensitivity to the foods that you eat. Or it just may show up in terms of, maybe there's something that you're processing. And we've been doing a lot of healing lately. And a lot of us are processing very deeply rooted things. And as that surfaces and we release it, we find that we are more highly sensitive to even the slightest bit of harshness around us. We can't stand it. We just want to be away from it. And that's okay. Haniel's got a beautiful, kind of like grayish blue color to her aura that's very similar to the color of the moonlight. She's known as, or was once thought of as, like a moon goddess. And she's very much attuned to the cycles of the moon. And I do believe we just entered into a phase of a new moon, so which is a wonderful time to manifest. But as we approach the full moon, it's a good time for releasing things. Now, if you're in the process of building something new, like many of us are, then, sensitivity can come up around that too, in the sense of, maybe you're walking through your fears, moving forward fearlessly, as so many of the cards, suggest that we do sometimes. As you're moving forward fearlessly through, these new areas for you, and maybe there are areas that you do want to step in. It's stepping into your true potential. Or like yesterday's card showed, you're really stepping into the beauty of who you are and allowing that to shine. There can be a little trepidation as like, oh, how are people going to, react to that? And, maybe you're super sensitive to those kinds of reactions with people. And maybe you're looking for the approval of who you are in this new way of being, where you're allowing your light to shine. So, but you can ask for Haniel to be with you. She's an angel of grace and poise, and so she helps you to present your best self, okay? And she urges you to embrace that about yourself. Haniel is an angel who helps us to kind of see and uncover the hidden potential within ourselves and to develop it. So sometimes she helps us to uncover those areas that are strengths of ours that we maybe perhaps didn't think of as strengths, and they may show up as other people pointing them out to you. So it's a message that it's all about knowing that there's strength in that sensitivity. All right. You'll always be safe and protected by your angels if you ask them to help you with that and to guide you, and if you ask Michael to be with you and hold your hand. But this also speaks to the fact that it has to do with your psychic or intuitive sensitivity. All right. It may be about, getting some really, you might get some really strong hits about something, and because Haniel can help you enhance your clairvoyance, your intuitive abilities. So, as is shown on the picture on the card today, where she's outside kind of strumming a harp, part of the way to balance out or help yourself deal with that sensitivity is to go outside and honor yourself by giving yourself, getting yourself into a place where there's maybe nothing but nature around you. You might need to get away from some of the environments that you're in if you're feeling very sensitive in them. And the harp suggests to me gentle music. So it's also a little bit of a gentleness card to treat yourself gently. And that's what we do when we honor ourselves and our feelings. It's kind of giving yourself permission to retreat and withdraw a little bit, and that's okay. All right, so that's what Haniel's message is for us today. Let's see what the daily guidance from our angels say. Oh. All right. This card that jumped out for today is creative project. So just as I mentioned a moment ago with the new moon energies, we may be working on something that's new, that we're developing into something new, and it says, your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion towards your life. And again, we have the image of the harp here. So I get the sense that this may be something musically related for people out there. I know there's quite a few musical artists that follow the channel in my readings. So it may have to do with you developing new songs or new songs. Maybe you're learning a new instrument. Maybe you're putting together a band. Maybe you're developing your singing abilities. In some way, it indicates something related to music, I feel. So, but it doesn't have to be exclusively. I mean, maybe you're a writer. Maybe you write music. Maybe you write plays. Maybe you write books that are transformational for people. It speaks to the development of a creative project. If your creative project isn't necessarily music oriented, to me the harp indicates maybe to put on some gentle music in the background for yourself, because that will stimulate your creative abilities. Okay? So whatever that project is, allow yourself to go with it today. Allow the free flow of ideas, or even, sometimes your sensitivity can bring a clue to what that creative project is. If you're someone who deeply understands sensitivity, maybe your project is a way to share that with others and to help them to be more at peace with it. All right, let's do a final tune in to the romance cards, because we're getting up to the 10-minute line here. And let's call in the beautiful pink energy of the romance angels for whatever their message of love is for us today. What do they wish the YouTube community to know? Nothing's jumping out like it has in days previous, so I will just stop and pick one for the YouTube community. Just fan the cards. Aha! Free yourself is the message. It's time to take back control of your life. Wow, and this unicorn in the picture, if you can see it, he's kind of in this little corral. And it's time to open the gates. in some way. You know, this card deck is newer to me, so I'm actually going to look at the what I call the cheat sheet. And that's pretty much the cheat sheet is the little booklet that comes along with it. Because I want to see what this what it says in here with regard to it. It says, like the unicorn in the image on this card, you may be feeling trapped. Perhaps you've relinquished control to someone else, or maybe you feel smothered in your career or relationship. As you tune into yourself, you'll sense the specific areas where this message applies to you. You can even ask yourself, in what ways do I feel limited or constrained? Trust the answers that you receive. This card comes to you from the romance angels because they've heard your call for great love. To experience passion, though, you must first allow yourself to feel deep emotions, and that's what Haniel's here to help you with the sensitivity card. Okay? In doing so, you may come up against areas of your life where you harbor discontent. Simply by acknowledging these areas, you bring to light the situation and allow room for the angels to help you. So as you commit to taking back control of your life, your feelings will naturally thaw and reawaken. This leads to a greater capacity to love yourself, your partner, and your experiences. So it really is very much in alignment with Haniel's message of sensitivity and honoring your feelings. And I can tell you firsthand that, you know, sometimes it is difficult to look at feelings of discontent or anger or just some of the uglier feelings that we may have. But the importance of doing that is that, and I know I've been in, like I said, I can say personally, I've been in places where I just didn't want to go there because I was afraid to look at those feelings that I had. And I'm like, wow, you know, if I'm a light worker and a messenger, how can I have all these, this anger here or this, you know, resentment? But if you can become willing to face it and honor it, emotions are like energy in motion. Feelings, they need to flow. And as you allow yourself to feel it, as maybe you even do something physical like exercise or whatever that helps it to come out, it flows and it moves on. And you will be freed from being worried about it. You'll be freed from being afraid to face it. It will no longer have any power over you, which is what the, you know, free yourself is all about. Once you stand in your power and become willing to face it and acknowledge it and feel it, it will move on and you will have freed yourself. So that is our message for today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all the lovely comments that you left for me yesterday. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I'll look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.